Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our channel. Before we start today's life-changing lesson, I want to say something important. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking, and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these. Thank you so much. Now let me share a method that will completely change how you approach English learning.
Let me ask you something. How long do you think you need to practice English every day to become fluent? 1 hour? 2 hours? 3 hours? What if I told you that just 10 minutes a day, yes, 10 minutes, is more powerful than studying for 2 hours once a week? I know this sounds too good to be true. You're probably thinking, how can 10 minutes be enough? But here's the truth. It's not about how long you practice. It's about how often you practice. Teaching note, consistency beats intensity in language learning. This is proven by research and experience. Today, I am going to teach you a revolutionary method, the 10-minute daily English fluency method. This is a simple 5-step routine that requires no teacher, costs nothing, can be done anywhere, takes only 10 minutes, actually builds real fluency. What we'll cover? Why 10 minutes daily beats 2 hours weekly, the complete 5-step routine, 2 minutes per step, why this method actually works, common mistakes to avoid, what results to expect, and when. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a complete system for building fluency through daily practice. A system you can start today. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Ready to discover the power of 10 minutes? Let's begin.
First, let's understand why this method is so powerful. The consistency principle. Your brain learns languages through small, regular contact, not through long, rare study sessions. Think about it like this. Option A, study English for 2 hours on Sunday. Option B, study English for 10 minutes every single day. Which is better? Most people think option A gives you more time, 2 hours versus 70 minutes per week, 10 minutes times 7 days. But option B is much more effective. Here's why. Key vocabulary. Understanding consistency. Consistence equals doing something regularly over time. Regularity equals happening at frequent, predictable intervals. Momentum equals forward movement that keeps going. Accumulation equals gradual increase over time. Retention equals keeping information in memory. Teaching note. Consistence comes from consistent, staying the same, continuing steadily.
Why daily practice is powerful. 1. Your brain stays in English mode. When you practice daily, your brain doesn't forget between sessions. You maintain momentum. Each day builds on the previous day. English starts to feel natural. When you practice once a week, your brain forgets most of what you learned. You lose momentum. Each week, you start almost from zero. English always feels difficult. 2. The accumulation effect. 10 minutes seems small, but let's do the math. 10 minutes times 30 days equals 300 minutes. 300 minutes equals 5 hours of focused practice per month. 5 hours times 12 months equals 60 hours per year. That's 60 hours of pure, focused English practice just from 10 minutes daily. 3. Small habits are sustainable. Here's a truth about human behavior. Big goals, I'll study 2 hours every day. Reality, you do it for 3 days, then quit because it's too hard. Small goals, I'll study 10 minutes every day. Reality, you actually do it because it's easy and manageable. Teaching note, sustainable means you can continue doing it long-term without burning out. The core philosophy. The secret is not what you do, it's how often you do it. This is the foundation of the method. Frequency matters more than duration. Comparison. Traditional approach. Study grammar rules for hours. Memorize long vocabulary lists. Take classes once or twice a week. Result? You know English, but can't speak it. 10-minute method. Practice speaking every single day. Use English actively, not passively. Build habits, not just knowledge. Result? You can actually use English naturally. The goal. This method is designed to move you from knowing English to using English. Thinking in your language to thinking in English. Hesitating when speaking to speaking automatically. Studying English to living English. Key phrases to remember. Fluency is not about knowing, it's about doing. Small, regular contact beats long, rare study. Consistency builds fluency. Now let me teach you the exact 5-step routine. Each step takes just 2 minutes. Step 1. Input. Listening. 2 minutes. What to do? Listen to a short piece of English audio that you understand at least 80%. Good sources, short podcast clips, YouTube videos, English learning audio, news clips. This channel, how to do it. Choose audio that's 2 to 3 minutes long. Play it and just listen. Don't translate, just absorb the sounds. Focus on rhythm, tone, and melody of English. Example, listen to a short story about someone's morning routine. Don't worry about every word, just let the English wash over you. Teaching note, absorb means to take in naturally, like a sponge absorbs water. Pro tip, the power of repetition. Use the same audio clip every day for 1 week. Why? Day 1, you understand 60%. Day 3, you understand 80%. Day 7, you understand 95% and know it by heart. Repetition builds fluency faster than new material every day. Common mistake? But I'll get bored. Truth, your brain needs repetition to internalize patterns. Embrace it.
Step 2. Speak out loud. 2 minutes. What to do? Take phrases from the audio and say them out loud, copying everything exactly. How to do it? Listen to one sentence, pause the audio, repeat the sentence exactly. Copy the pronunciation, speed, rhythm, melody, or intonation. Example: audio says, I usually wake up early in the morning. You say, I usually wake up early in the morning. Copying exactly. Do this with 5 to 10 sentences from your audio. Teaching note: this is called shadowing. You're like a shadow, copying everything. Why this works? Speaking is a physical skill. Your mouth needs to practice moving in English patterns, making English sounds, finding the rhythm. Think of it like playing a musical instrument. You need to train your muscles. Key vocabulary. Out loud means speaking so others can hear, not silent in your head. Mimic means to copy exactly. Muscle memory is when your body remembers how to do something automatically. Important: don't worry about mistakes. Fluency grows from repetition, not from perfection. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Step 3. Personalize. 2 minutes. What to do? Take the phrases you just practiced and adapt them to your life. How to do it? Take a sentence from the audio, change it to be true for you, say your personal version out loud. Examples: original: I usually wake up early in the morning. Your version: I usually wake up at 7:30 on weekdays. Original: I drink coffee for breakfast. Your version: I drink tea for breakfast, not coffee. Original: I take the bus to work. Your version: I walk to work because I live nearby. Teaching note: personalization makes the language stick in your memory because it's connected to your life. Why this is powerful. When English is about your life, your experiences, your feelings, you remember it better, it feels more meaningful, you can actually use it in real conversations. It stops being theoretical and becomes practical. Key concept: this step turns passive knowledge, knowing a phrase, into active ability, using it naturally. Practice now. Think of 3 things. What time do you wake up? What do you eat for breakfast?
How do you get to work or school? Can you say these in English? That's personalization. Step 4. Practice free speaking. 2 minutes. What to do? Speak continuously for 2 minutes without stopping, without reading, without copying. How to do it? Choose any simple topic, your day, your plans, your thoughts. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Start speaking and don't stop until the timer ends. If you get stuck, keep talking. Say something. Even, let me think. Example topics. What did you do today? What are your plans for tomorrow? Describe your bedroom. Talk about your favorite food. What are you learning in English? Teaching note. The goal is not to speak perfectly. The goal is to speak continuously without long pauses.
Why this is crucial. This step trains your brain to think and speak at the same time. Keep going even when you don't know the perfect word. Build flow and fluency. Stop overthinking. Key vocabulary. Continuously means without stopping. Flow means smooth movement from one idea to the next. Fluency means speaking smoothly and easily. Important rules. Do. Keep talking even if you make mistakes. Use simple words if you don't know complex ones. Repeat yourself if needed. Make sounds like or let me see instead of long silence. Don't. Stop and think for 30 seconds. Don't try to be perfect. Don't read from notes. Don't translate from your language. The magic. After 30 days of this, speaking for 2 minutes will feel easy. Then you can increase to 3 minutes, then 5, then 10.
Step 5. Reflect and repeat. 2 minutes. What to do? Think about your practice session. Review what you learned. How to do it? Sit quietly for a moment. Ask yourself these questions. Which phrases were easy to say? Which words were difficult? What mistakes did I notice? What do I want to practice tomorrow? Teaching note. Reflection helps your brain organize and store the new information. Why reflection matters. When you reflect, your brain consolidates or solidifies what you learned. You identify patterns in your mistakes. You become aware of your progress. You prepare mentally for tomorrow's practice. Example reflection. Today, the phrase "I usually wake up" was easy to say, but I struggled with pronouncing breakfast correctly. I noticed I keep forgetting to use the past tense. Tomorrow, I'll focus more on past tense verbs. Key vocabulary. Reflect means to think carefully about something. Review means to look at or think about something again. Consolidate means to make something solid or permanent.
Progress means improvement over time. Write it down, optional but helpful. Keep a simple journal. Date, what you practiced, one thing that was easy, one thing to improve, how you felt. This takes 30 seconds but makes a huge difference in tracking progress.
Now, let's talk about the 3 biggest mistakes people make and how to avoid them. Mistake number 1, skipping days. The problem? I'll practice tomorrow. I'm too busy today. I'll do double time tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and you skip again. Soon, you've lost momentum. Teaching note: momentum is like a ball rolling down a hill. Once it stops, it's hard to start again. The solution: even 5 minutes is better than nothing. If you truly can't do 10 minutes, do just step 1 and 2, 4 minutes. Or do just step 4, 2 minutes of free speaking. Or do a shortened version, 1 minute per step equals 5 minutes total. The rule: never skip. Keep the daily habit alive, even if it's smaller. Better, 5 minutes every day for 30 days. Worse, 30 minutes once a week. Mistake number 2, waiting for perfection. The problem? I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when my grammar is better. I need the perfect setup first. Result: you never start. Teaching note: perfection is the enemy of progress. A common saying that means trying to be perfect stops you from improving. The solution: start messy. Start imperfect. Just start. Language learning is naturally messy. You will make mistakes. That's good. Your pronunciation won't be perfect. That's normal. You'll forget words. Everyone does. You'll feel silly sometimes. Part of the process. The truth? Progress, not perfection, should be your motto. Start today with whatever you have. Use YouTube videos. Free. Talk to yourself at home. No special equipment needed. Your phone is enough. Mistake number 3, practicing without emotion. The problem? If you practice like a robot, without interest or emotion, your brain won't engage. It becomes a boring chore. Example of boring practice: repeating, "The cat is on the table," 100 times, with no emotion or connection to your life. The solution? Make it personal. Make it interesting. Make it fun. Choose topics you care about: your hobbies, your dreams, your family, your favorite movies, your future goals. Add emotion to your speaking. Speak with enthusiasm when talking about things you love. Use expression in your voice. Tell stories that matter to you. Example: instead of "I like movies," flat, boring. Try, "I love movies, especially action movies. They're so exciting." Emotional, engaged. Teaching note: your brain learns better when emotions are involved. This is proven by neuroscience.
Key lesson? If it feels like a chore, you won't continue. If it feels interesting, you'll look forward to it. Let's talk about what you can expect from this method. The timeline. After 1 week, you will feel the difference. Speaking feels slightly easier. You hesitate less. Some phrases come automatically. You feel more confident. After 1 month, others will notice the difference. Your speaking sounds more natural. You respond faster in conversations. Your pronunciation improves. People say your English is getting better. After 6 months, your fluency will explode. English feels natural, not forced. You think in English more often. Speaking doesn't feel scary. You can have real conversations comfortably. Teaching note: these timelines are realistic with consistent daily practice. Your action plan. Start today. Step 1. Choose your listening material. Find 1 2 to 3 minute audio video you understand mostly. Save it. Step 2. Set a daily reminder. Choose the same time every day. Morning, lunch break, before bed. Step 3. Commit to 7 days. Don't think about 6 months. Just commit to 1 week. Step 4. Track your practice. Use a simple calendar. Mark each day you complete the 10 minutes. Step 5. Join the community. Share your progress in the comments. Tell us what day you're on, what you're practicing, how it's going. The ultimate truth. Language is not learned in a classroom. It's built in small daily moments. You don't need expensive courses, years of study, perfect conditions, hours of free time. You need 10 minutes, consistency, a willingness to practice, and patience with yourself. You now have a complete system for building English fluency with just 10 minutes per day. Quick recap: the 5 steps. Input, listen, 2 minutes. Speak out loud, 2 minutes. Personalize, 2 minutes. Free speaking, 2 minutes. Reflect, 2 minutes. Remember, consistency beats intensity. 10 minutes daily is more powerful than 2 hours weekly. Progress, not perfection. Make it personal and interesting. Your challenge. Start today. Do your first 10-minute session after this video ends. Then come back and comment. Day 1 complete. What audio did you use? How did it feel? After 7 days, come back and tell me how you feel. I promise you'll notice a difference. Every single day you practice, you're building fluency. Every day you skip, you lose momentum. The choice is yours. Thank you for spending 30 minutes with me learning this powerful method. Remember, fluency isn't about studying harder, it's about practicing smarter, more consistently. Until next time, commit to your 10 minutes. Trust the process and watch your fluency grow. Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our channel. Before we start today's exciting lesson, I want to say something from my heart. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these. Thank you so much. Now, let's learn how to tell amazing stories in English.
Let me tell you a quick story. Last week, I was walking to a cafe when I saw someone famous. I had actually seen this person before at the airport. He had been signing autographs for hours. Did you notice something? I just used 3 different past tenses in that short story, and they all worked together to paint a complete picture of what happened. Today's lesson is about something magical, using all 4 past tenses together to tell your life stories naturally, just like native speakers do. Teaching note: past tenses aren't isolated grammar rules. They work together to create rich narratives. Most English learners know the past tenses separately. I walked, I was walking, I had walked, I had been walking. But how do you use them together in real conversation? That's what we're learning today. What we'll cover: quick review of the 4 past tenses, real stories using all 4 tenses naturally, how tenses work together to create meaning, practice telling your stories. By the end, you'll understand how to tell any story from your life using the right past tenses at the right time. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Ready to become a storyteller? Let's begin.
Before we dive into stories, let's quickly review what each past tense does. Don't worry, we'll see them in action soon. Past tense number 1, simple past. What it does? Describes finished actions in the past. Structure: regular verbs, verb plus ed. Walked, talked, played. Irregular verbs, special forms: went, saw, ate. Examples: I walked to the store. She ate breakfast. They went to London. When to use: when something happened and finished in the past. Teaching note: this is your basic past tense, the foundation of storytelling. Past tense number 2, past continuous. What it does? Describes what was happening at a specific moment in the past. Structure: was or were plus verb ing. Examples: I was walking when it started raining. She was eating when the phone rang. They were watching TV at 9 p.m. When to use: for actions in progress at a specific past time. For background actions in a story. To set the scene. Teaching note: this creates the setting or background of your story.
Past tense number 3. Past perfect. What it does shows that one past action happened before another past action. Structure: had plus past participle. Examples: I had already eaten when she arrived. The movie had started before we got there. He had never seen snow before that day. When to use? To show something happened earlier than the main story. Time relationship: first, I ate. Past perfect: had eaten. Then, she arrived. Past simple: arrived. Teaching note: think of this as going further back in time from your main story.
Past tense number 4. Past perfect continuous. What it does? Shows an ongoing action that was happening before another past event. Structure: had been plus verb ing. Examples: I had been waiting for 2 hours when the bus finally came. She had been studying all night before the exam. They had been living there for 5 years when they moved. When to use? To emphasize the duration of an action that happened before something else. Teaching note: this combines the before idea of past perfect with the ongoing idea of continuous. Quick comparison. Simple past: I waited. Finished action. Past continuous: I was waiting. In progress. Past perfect: I had waited. Happened before something else. Past perfect continuous: I had been waiting for 2 hours. Ongoing action before something else.
Now, let's see these tenses in action. I'll tell you a story, and you listen for the different past tenses. Last week, I was walking down the street when I saw someone who looked familiar. I stopped and realized it was a famous actor. He walked into a cafe and ordered a coffee. I couldn't believe it. But here's the interesting part. I had actually seen him once before at the airport. That first time, he had been signing autographs for like 2 hours straight. There were so many people. But this time in the cafe, he was just sitting quietly, enjoying his coffee. Analysis. Let's break this down. Simple past actions, main events. I saw someone. I stopped. He walked into a cafe. He ordered a coffee. These are the main events of the story happening in order. Past continuous. Background, setting. I was walking down the street. This sets the scene. He was just sitting quietly. This describes the ongoing situation. These tell us what was happening, creating the atmosphere. Past perfect. Earlier event. I had actually seen him once before at the airport. This happened before last week. This takes us back to an even earlier time. Past perfect continuous. Ongoing earlier action. He had been signing autographs for like 2 hours straight. This tells us about something that was happening for a duration before something else. Teaching note. Notice how the tenses work together like layers of time. Present moment of the story, background actions, and flashbacks to earlier events. Why these tenses matter. If I only used simple past, I walked, I saw him before, he signed autographs. This sounds choppy and unclear. The different tenses show what was happening, past continuous, what happened, simple past, what had happened earlier, past perfect, what had been happening for a while, past perfect continuous.
Let me tell you another story. This one is about a concert that went horribly wrong. The story. A few years ago, I went to a concert in LA. The band was playing their biggest hit, the song everyone had been waiting for all night. The energy was incredible. But suddenly, everything just stopped. The power went out completely. The whole venue went dark. The singer had already sung that song thousands of times in his career, but that night, it had been building up to the best part when the power failed. Some fans had already left by that point because they were tired, so they missed the craziness. Analysis. Simple past main story events. I went to a concert, the main event. Everything just stopped. What happened? The power went out. The problem. Some fans had already left. Wait, is this simple past? No, it's past perfect. Let me correct that. They missed the craziness. Simple past event. Past continuous. What was in progress? The band was playing their biggest hit. Sets the scene. The energy was incredible. Describes the atmosphere. Past perfect. What had happened before? The singer had already sung that song thousands of times in his career. Some fans had already left. They left before the power failed. They missed it because they had already left. Past perfect continuous. Ongoing action before. Everyone had been waiting all night. It had been building up to the best part. Teaching note. Past perfect shows sequence. Some fans left, then the power failed. They missed it because they had already left. Time layers in this story. Layer 1, furthest back. He had sung that song thousands of times. Layer 2, earlier that night. Had been waiting all night. Layer 3, background of the main event, was playing. Layer 4, main events. Went out, stopped, missed. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us.
Here's a stressful story many travelers can relate to. The story. Last year, we were trying to catch a flight in New York. We were in a taxi, but the driver kept missing turns. I was getting really nervous. We had been running late even before we got in the taxi. My friend had forgotten to set her alarm, so we had been rushing all morning. By the time we arrived at the airport,
We had been running through the terminal like crazy people, but it didn't matter. The plane had already taken off. Analysis. Simple past. Main events. We got in the taxi. We arrived at the airport. It didn't matter. Past continuous, ongoing situations. We were trying to catch a flight. The goal in progress. I was getting really nervous. My emotional state developing. Past perfect. Earlier completed actions. My friend had forgotten to set her alarm, so had happened before we were late. The plane had already taken off. Happened before we arrived. Past perfect continuous. Ongoing earlier actions. We had been running late. Continuous problem. We had been rushing all morning. Ongoing action. We had been running through the terminal. Ongoing action before we found out. Teaching note. Had already is a very common combination with past perfect to emphasize something was complete before another event. The power of tenses here. The past perfect continuous had been rushing shows we were stressed for a long time before arriving. The past perfect had already taken off shows the plane left before we arrived, emphasizing we missed it. Without these tenses, we rushed, we arrived, the plane left. With these tenses, you feel the duration, the stress, the sequence. Let me tell you one more story. This one is a bit spooky. The story. A few months ago, I checked into an old hotel in the countryside. It looked charming during the day. But at midnight, something strange happened. I was trying to sleep when the power failed. Complete darkness. I went to the lobby to ask for help. The manager told me the power had already failed earlier that evening, and they hadn't fixed it properly. Great. I went back to my room, but I couldn't sleep. I had been lying awake for 2 hours, just listening to strange sounds in the building. It was like a horror movie. Analysis. Simple past. I checked into an old hotel. Something strange happened. I went to the lobby. I went back to my room. Past continuous. I was trying to sleep. The interrupted action. Past perfect. The power had already failed earlier that evening, and they hadn't fixed it properly. Past perfect continuous. I had been lying awake for 2 hours. Teaching note. Had been lying emphasizes I was awake for a long time. This duration makes it feel more frustrating. Why the perfect tenses matter here. Had already failed tells us this wasn't the first time. Hadn't fixed explains why it failed again. Had been lying awake shows my suffering over time. These details make the story richer and more frustrating.
Now let's review how all 4 tenses work together in storytelling. The function of each tense. Simple past.
Main events of your story. Actions that happened and finished. The what happened tense. Past continuous. Background actions. Setting the scene. Interrupted actions. The what was happening tense. Past perfect. Actions completed before the main story. Flashbacks to earlier events. The what had happened before tense. Past perfect continuous. Ongoing actions before another past event. Emphasizes duration. The what had been happening for a while tense. Teaching note. Think of storytelling like painting. Simple past is your main subject. Continuous is the background. Perfect tenses add depth and time layers. How to use them together. Step 1. Start with your main event. Simple past. I went to a concert. Step 2. Add background or setting. Past continuous. The band was playing their biggest hit. Step 3. Add earlier context if needed. Past perfect. I had been waiting for that song all night. And Step 4. Add duration details. Past perfect continuous. The excitement had been building for hours. Complete sentence. I went to a concert where the band was playing their biggest hit, the song I had been waiting to hear because the excitement had been building all night.
You've just learned how to use all 4 past tenses together to tell rich, natural stories. Quick recap. The 4 past tenses. Simple past, main events, went, saw, ate. Past continuous, background, was going, was eating. Past perfect, earlier events, had gone, had seen. Past perfect continuous, ongoing earlier events, had been going. How they work together? They create layers of time in your story. They show sequence, duration, and background. They make your stories feel complete and natural. Common time phrases to use. With simple past, yesterday, last week, in 2020, 3 days ago. With past continuous, at 9 p.m., while, when, as. With past perfect, already, before, never before, by the time. With past perfect continuous, for 2 hours, all morning, since 8 a.m. Your homework, the storytelling challenge. Write a short story in the comments using all 4 past tenses. It can be about a trip you took, a funny experience, something that went wrong, meeting someone interesting, any memory from your life. I'll read your stories and give you feedback. Example to help you start. Last summer, I was walking in the park when I saw an old friend. I hadn't seen her in 5 years. We went to a cafe and talked for hours. She told me she had been living in Australia. We had so much to catch up on. Remember, don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn. The more you practice storytelling, the more natural it becomes. These tenses give your stories life. What's one interesting thing that happened to you recently? Can you tell it using different past tenses? Share in the comments. Thank you for spending 30 minutes mastering past tense storytelling with me. Remember, grammar isn't just rules. It's a tool for sharing your experiences and connecting with others. Until next time, keep practicing, keep telling your stories, and keep believing in yourself.
Every story you tell makes you a better English speaker.
Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our channel. Before we start today's fascinating lesson, I want to say something important. I upload new videos to our channel every day for you to learn and grow. Don't forget to support me so I can continue doing this. You can help me see our channel in front of more people by subscribing, becoming a member, liking, and commenting on each of my videos. Please don't forget to do these. Thank you so much. Now let's learn how to describe personalities in English.
Let me ask you a question. How would you describe yourself in English? Are you outgoing or shy, hardworking or easygoing, funny or serious? And what about your best friend, your boss, your family members? Can you describe their personalities clearly in English? Today, we're going to learn comprehensive vocabulary for describing personalities. This isn't just academic vocabulary. These are words you'll use in job interviews, when making new friends, and when talking about the people in your life. What is personality? Personality is the unique combination of how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. It's what makes each of us different from everyone else. Why is this vocabulary important? Job interviews. You need to describe your strengths and sometimes your weaknesses. Building friendships. Understanding personalities helps you connect with people. Better communication. Knowing how different people think helps you interact effectively. Solving problems. Understanding personality differences prevents misunderstandings. What we'll cover today: positive personality traits, the good qualities; negative personality traits, the challenging qualities; context-dependent traits, can be good or bad; common personality types; and practical applications for job interviews and conversations. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Ready to expand your vocabulary? Let's begin with positive traits. Let's start with the positive qualities, the traits we admire in people. Social traits, how people interact. 1. Outgoing. Definition: comfortable talking to strangers and new people. Enjoys social interaction. Synonym: extroverted. Opposite: shy, introverted. Example: my brother is very outgoing. He loves meeting new people at parties. Teaching note: outgoing and extroverted are similar, but outgoing is more common in casual conversation. 2. Friendly. Definition: warm and kind to others. Makes people feel welcome. Example: Emma is very friendly. She talks to everyone and makes them feel comfortable. Practice saying, she's a friendly person. Pause. 3. Polite. Definition: has good manners and is respectful. Example: he is polite and always says please and thank you. Common phrase: well-mannered means the same as polite. Teaching note: in job interviews, saying you're professional and polite sounds very good.
Work-related traits. 4. Hardworking. Definition: works a lot and does their best. Example: John is hardworking. He studies every day to get good grades. Related words: diligent, dedicated, committed. 5. Diligent. Definition: careful, thorough,
and prompt in work. Example: she's a diligent employee who always meets deadlines. Teaching note: diligent sounds more formal and impressive than hardworking. Great for job interviews. 6. Organized. Definition: keeps things neat and plans well. Example: he's very organized. His desk is always clean, and he never forgets appointments. Mental and emotional traits. 7. Patient. Definition: can stay calm and not get angry, especially when waiting. Example: teachers need to be patient because students learn at different speeds. Opposite: impatient. 8. Confident. Definition: believes in themselves. Example: she is confident in public speaking and never feels nervous. Teaching note: don't confuse confident with arrogant. Confidence is positive, arrogance is negative. 9. Honest. Definition: tells the truth and doesn't lie. Example: she is very honest. If she makes a mistake, she admits it. 10. Kind. Definition: cares about others and helps them. Example: he is kind to his classmates and always helps with homework. Related words: caring, compassionate, thoughtful.
Creative and intellectual traits. Number 11. Creative. Definition: has many new ideas. Example: he is creative and loves drawing and writing stories. Number 12. Open-minded. Definition: willing to consider new ideas and different perspectives. Example: I always keep an open mind when trying new things. Opposite: close-minded, narrow-minded. Teaching note: in modern workplaces, being open-minded is highly valued. Number 13. Eloquent. Definition: a very good speaker who uses language effectively. Example: she is an eloquent speaker who captivates her audience. Usage note: usually used as eloquent speaker or speaks eloquently. Generosity traits. Number 14. Generous. Definition: likes to give and share with others. Example: she's generous and always shares her food with friends. Number 15. Magnanimous. Definition: acts for the benefit of others, not selfish. Example: donating half your salary to charity is a magnanimous gesture. Teaching note: this is a more advanced, formal word, impressive in writing or formal speech. Practice creating sentences. Try describing someone you know using these words. Start with, my friend, mother, colleague, is very adjective because.
Now, let's learn vocabulary for less desirable traits. Remember, we all have some negative qualities, and it's important to recognize them to improve ourselves. Teaching note: when discussing these traits, remember they're for describing behaviors, not for harsh self-criticism. Everyone has strengths and areas for growth. Social difficulties. Number 1. Shy. Definition: quiet and afraid to talk to others. Example: she is shy
and doesn't like speaking in class. Opposite, outgoing, confident. Note: being shy isn't always bad. Some people are just naturally introverted, and that's okay. Number 2, rude. Definition: does not have good manners, is disrespectful. Example: he was rude to the waiter and didn't say thank you. Opposite, polite, courteous. Number 3, bossy. Definition: likes to tell other people what to do. Example: she is bossy and always tells her little brother what to do. Teaching note: in leadership context, we might say assertive, positive, instead of bossy, negative. Work-related problems. Number 4, lazy. Definition: doesn't like to work or make effort. Example: she is lazy and never does her homework. Opposite, hardworking, diligent. Warning: this is quite a harsh word. Use it carefully. Number 5, impatient. Definition: gets angry when having to wait. Example: he is impatient and doesn't like waiting in line. Opposite, patient. Attitude problems. Number 6, arrogant. Definition: thinks they're better than others, doesn't listen to other ideas. Example: she is arrogant and never listens to anyone else's opinions. Related words: conceited, full of themselves. Difference: confident, I believe I can do this. Arrogant, I'm better than everyone else. Number 7, selfish. Definition: only thinks about themselves, doesn't share. Example: he is selfish and doesn't share his toys. Opposite, generous, selfless. Number 8, stubborn. Definition: doesn't change opinion easily, even when wrong. Example: he is stubborn and never admits when he's wrong. Teaching note: stubborn can sometimes be positive if it means determined. Context matters.
Emotional traits. 9, moody. Definition: feelings change quickly and often for no clear reason. Example: he is moody, sometimes happy, sometimes angry for no reason. Sensitive: can be positive or negative. Definition: easily affected by what others say or do. Negative: she's too sensitive. She gets upset over small things. Positive: he's sensitive to others' feelings. He notices when someone is sad. Behavioral issues. 11, reckless. Definition: acts without thinking about consequences, does dangerous things. Example: driving without a seatbelt is very reckless. 12, clumsy. Lacks physical coordination, drops things, trips easily. Example: I'm so clumsy, I accidentally hit my head on the door. Idiom: butterfingers. Fingers slip like butter. Note: this is a mild,
often humorous negative trait, not very serious. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us.
Now, let's look at broader personality types and how to use this vocabulary in real situations. Common personality types. 1. The outgoing person. Traits: friendly, talkative, confident, energetic. Description: loves meeting people and being social. Feels happy around others. Example: Sarah is the outgoing person in our group. She always starts conversations with strangers. 2. The quiet person. Traits: shy, calm, thoughtful, patient. Description: doesn't talk much and enjoys being alone or with a small group. Example: Tom is quiet. He prefers reading alone to going to parties. Teaching note: quiet is not the same as boring. Many quiet people have rich inner lives. 3. The funny person. Traits: cheerful, silly, energetic, creative. Description: loves to make people laugh by telling jokes. Example: Mike is the funny one. He always has everyone laughing. 4. The serious person. Traits: responsible, hardworking, honest, organized. Description: focuses on work and responsibilities. Doesn't joke much. Example: Lisa is serious about her studies. She's always focused on her goals. 5. The kind and caring person. Traits: helpful, loving, generous, polite. Description: cares about others and helps when needed. Example: Maria is caring. She always checks if her friends are okay. The type A personality. This is a specific term used in psychology and business. Characteristics: works very hard, very serious, always anxious and stressed, needs to control everything, not calm or easygoing, not a good listener, can be difficult to work with. Example: he has a type A personality. He's always rushing and can't relax. Teaching note: this term is common in workplace discussions. Saying someone is type A explains a lot about their behavior. Opposite. Type B personality. Relaxed, easygoing, less stressed about deadlines, more flexible, better at collaboration. Job interview application. This is where personality vocabulary becomes extremely practical. Common interview question 1. How would you describe yourself? Good answers using our vocabulary. I'm hardworking, organized, and open-minded. I would say I'm friendly, diligent, and creative. I'm patient, detail-oriented, and a good team player. Teaching note: use 2 to 3 positive adjectives. Give brief examples if possible. Common interview question 2. What are your weaknesses? Strategy: mention a minor weakness and show how you're working on it. Good examples: sometimes I'm too much of a perfectionist. I spend extra time making sure everything is exactly right. I can be a bit impatient when projects move slowly, but I'm learning to be more flexible. I tend to be shy in large groups, but I'm working on my public speaking skills. Bad examples to avoid: I'm lazy and don't like working. I'm arrogant and think I'm always right.
I'm very reckless. Teaching note. The weakness should be honest, but not disqualifying. Show self-awareness and growth. Describing others in conversation. Sentence patterns. Simple. Name is adjective. Tom is hardworking. With explanation. Name is adjective because or and. Tom is hardworking because he always finishes projects on time. Comparing. Name is more adjective than name. Sarah is more outgoing than her sister. Multiple traits. Name is adjective, adjective, and adjective. My teacher is patient, kind, and creative. Practice now. Think of 3 people in your life and describe each with 2 to 3 adjectives.
Some personality traits aren't clearly good or bad. It depends on the situation. Daring. Definition: willing to take risks. Positive context: she's a daring entrepreneur who tries new business ideas. Negative: his daring behavior was reckless. He could have been hurt. Ambitious. Definition: has strong desires to succeed. Positive: he's ambitious and works hard to achieve his goals. Negative: she's so ambitious that she ignores her health and relationships. Straightforward or blunt. Definition: says exactly what they think. Positive: I appreciate that he's straightforward. I always know where I stand. Negative: she's too blunt. She hurts people's feelings. Cautious. Definition: very careful. Thinks before acting. Positive: he's cautious with money. He saves for emergencies. Negative: she's too cautious. She never takes any risks or tries new things. Teaching note. The key is how you describe these traits. The context and your tone matter. Important balance. Remember that personality is complex. Everyone has both positive and negative traits. Traits that work well in one situation might not work in another. Understanding different personalities helps us communicate better. We can work on improving our weaknesses while appreciating our strengths.
You've just learned comprehensive vocabulary for describing personalities. Quick recap. Positive traits we covered: outgoing, friendly, polite, hardworking, diligent, patient, confident, honest, kind, creative, open-minded, generous. Negative traits we covered: shy, rude, bossy, lazy, impatient, arrogant, selfish, stubborn, moody, reckless, clumsy. Personality types: the outgoing person, the quiet person, the funny person, the serious person, the caring person, type A personality. Practical applications: job interviews, describing strengths and weaknesses, making friends, understanding compatibility, workplace communication, understanding colleagues, family discussions, describing relationships. Tips for using this vocabulary: be specific. Instead of saying, he's nice, say, he's kind and patient. Give examples. She's hardworking. She studies every evening. Be balanced. When describing yourself, mention both strengths and areas for growth. Be sensitive. Negative traits should be used carefully, not to hurt people. Context matters. Consider when and how you describe personalities. Your homework: write a paragraph describing yourself using 5 personality adjectives. Then,
Describe someone you admire using 5 different adjectives. Share in the comments. Also tell me, which personality type are you? Are you the outgoing person, the quiet person, the funny person, the serious person, or the caring person? Remember, there's no best personality type. Each type has its strengths, and understanding our own personality helps us communicate better and build stronger relationships. Thank you for spending 30 minutes learning this essential vocabulary with me. These words will help you have deeper, more meaningful conversations in English. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, your unique personality is what makes you special.